Like I was saying about using the materials, you need to think about why you'd be using graphite pencils, you know, why you're using charcoal pencils. A lot of times when you're using these materials, you're looking for shade and shadow. You're looking for something that has some type of different variety, like in grades. Almost like a value scale, right? Light to dark. So a lot of times people will set up something and draw it, and then that way they can give it some value. So even if I was just going to draw with my HB for a second, if I was just going to draw a sphere, right? So if I'm going to draw a circle, and then I'm going to think about this circle, I need to turn it kind of into a sphere like it's a ball. So I need to give it kind of a cast shadow. And a lot of you've done this with me before. You kind of think about, for instance, I need to ground this object so I can actually kind of add sort of, it'd be like a horizon line or a tabletop line. And then I could come in here and think for a second, well, if this is my cast shadow, right, on the countertop, then what's happening is it's telling me that my light source is present here and it's coming in at this direction. So that this would be the lighter side and everything on this side would get darker. So I'm just gonna do pencil for a second. Obviously my 4B is gonna be the darkest. And so I'm gonna really wanna run that along the edge. So I'm gonna use my 4B. I probably would even want my cast shadow to be quite dark with a 4B. And then I could come back in here with my 2H and I can kind of just go back and forth and kind of lightening up as I get up to this sort of left-hand corner. And I know you have to be a little bit careful with the H's because they can get a little streaky. And you heard me say earlier that using an H pencil has a bit of a drag to it. So if you were like, yep, I don't like H's, I just like the B, then you could definitely just kind of ease up a little bit when you're coming in here and doing your value. And then I could always jump in here and just go ahead and start using my blending stick and kind of get all this a little bit smoother. You know, a highlighted area is great, so that's going to be your bright white area. I definitely suggest having that. If you can always just come in here extremely lightly and do that, but I'm really just trying to give, first just kind of clean up the shape a little bit, kind of come in here and get all these little rough edges. You know, you can always come in here with your eraser if it gets a little bit out of control. Come in here and work on my cast shadow just a little bit. But the great thing about working in pencil and in charcoal, you know, you can tweak it a little bit with your eraser as you go and make changes as needed. So again, cleaning this as you go, scribble if you'd like. It's just a great way to clean. But I really want you to kind of explore, especially if it's been a while for a couple of you that have done any type of drawing. I want you to look and see what the materials I've given you. I want you to kind of make a little chart. Look at the variations of value. Draw something, right, that's a form that's not flat. You know, draw a cube, anything you want, a cylinder, a sphere. Find something at home that you could draw, a water bottle, a cup, something kind of simple. I wouldn't get something that's got a lot of detail, maybe even a lot of writing right now. Draw that object, play around with some of the value, just experiment with the materials that I've given you for the drawing studio.